down. My son loved
All
watching
right.
Kid. Go ahead.
Well, we are live. We are the go button just appeared, so we are live. And yeah, we were talking about kicking
Woo.
pigs.
Kicking this pig, make it squeal. And some of the stuff that we might talk about. I've got a couple ideas from you, our followers, but we'll go ahead and start with the indices, Matt.
Yeah. All right. Excuse me. We can see that. Yeah, just put on this SPY daily chart again, and it's just a bunch of boringness, really. But which way is it going to go? Possibly it could break out, possibly it cannot. I don't even know, but we're going to find out. So if this 50-day moving average continues to hold for SPY, that's 598, then that'll be just maybe kind of building a base on top of it to finally break the all-time highs. But if it starts to close below that 598.74, then perhaps it needs to retest lower levels first before going higher. So it's just something we got to monitor on a day-to-day basis to see if support holds every day. And this QQQ, same situation. It is up pre-market. It is holding support very well, but it cannot break any kind of resistance up top. So let's see if price can actually continue higher and higher and higher, or if it needs to retest levels lower. So it's just also stuck in a really, really tight range as well. And the IWM is what I'm focused on the most. And the reason being is it's really holding support well on the daily chart, and it's even trying to battle that 786 again. Well, that's on the linear scale or log scale, but on linear scale, it's still underneath that 226.74. But essentially, it's really in a tight range too. But since it's holding support really well and pretty close to support, I think it has a good chance of trying to break free of this zone in the days or the weeks to come. So I'm really focused on that 226.74 still. But there is a lot of daily resistance up there with the 50-day moving average, the 100, the bottom of the daily cloud. All of that is there. So let's see how it can finish the week off tomorrow, if it can actually close back above. So with that said, tracker.
Woohoo! Well, I don't know if you can hear my little caw in the background, but Tesla's moving up here in pre-market. Let's go ahead and look in on them.
Yeah.
So let's
Pull up
see,
your Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah, here we go. Thursday, Wednesday evening. So yeah, just before the market closed yesterday, Tesla did one of these where just like drops and a little correction back, and I sold I sold some Tesla right here, or some TSLL just in case it dropped and stayed down here today. But doesn't always work out that way, and I'm glad really because I have another. I sold like 500 shares out of like 7,000 or 6,000. So the other 6,000 have gone back up here again, and we're around this important. This is a pivot point. This is the weekly S1 pivot. The weekly center pivot is up here at 370. That's kind of like it should be the gravity for price to try to continue to return to. If Tesla can, it's right now it's just battling the weekly S1. If it can, it kind of seems like it got over it and was support, lost it. If it holds support by the time it opens, then we could see Tesla start to make a break for the weekly pivot up here at 370.63. And if not, if it just kind of goes sideways for a while, that's fine too. Eventually, I don't think I have to keep telling you guys Tesla is a bullish chart, and over the long time period, I'm looking for a lot higher than after it did this consolidation triangle for 3 years. That 414.50 high should just become. I thought it was going to be support, and we keep going, but it did this liquidity grab down here. Once it gets back over 414.50, turns that into real support, then it can really start to move up again. I don't think this momentum is done at all. So I still have the 711 by July 18th. It's still within the realm of possibility. That's starting to look like it's going to get a little later if it doesn't move soon. That's my Tesla. TSL, same thing. It's at the weekly S1. The weekly pivot's up here at 2233. So you'll see some resistance right here. The daily R1 is right here with the 1 hour moving average 75. They're going to kind of hit together here near the open. So maybe that'll resist right off at the bat. And I don't know. It's either going to, resist it, send it back down, or just break through it and then come back and have to test to it as support. So that's Tesla. I don't know if you feel like talking about Tesla anymore, or if that
Yeah,
covers it for you.
I just wanted to show basically my weekly,
Go
or
ahead,
yeah,
please.
my weekly chart here. Yeah, the baseline weekly chart 345.56. The 786 on linear scale 347.58, and it's trying to just turn this candle into a wick by tomorrow. So it is pre-market above the baseline, but it's not quite above that 347.58 just yet. So still got some work to do, work to do to get a little bit more bullish. But yeah, I mean, if it closes above both levels next or by Friday, I would say this is just a normal retrace, right? Just a normal back test of the baseline, normal back test of the 786, and something that has potential to maybe just continue to build a base there and go higher. So let's just wait for the weekly candle close tomorrow and see what happens. But if you look day over day, the momentum is trying to get closer to the daily cloud as well. So we do have more resistance above in the days to come with the top of the cloud up here. So I don't know how high it really can get, but the biggest thing I am looking at is just trying to close above both those indicators there, just to see if it can just maintain the momentum in order to continue back high. If it closes below both of those tomorrow, then it could have a loss of momentum and maybe retest lower again. So we do need to watch these weekly candle closes pretty carefully.
Yep. And good morning, everybody. I'm sorry we don't always acknowledge the good morning messages. We try to move through the show quickly, but we see all your good mornings, and it's really sweet. Thank you.
Yes, good morning.
Friendship confirmed, Crusher. Yes. Oh, PPI came in hot. Market's not budging, at least pre-market, says SHM. So there's two quick ideas I just want to get off my chest. One is grab. Do you want to do your grab first, or do you want to do grab?
Yeah. Since I'm already on my screen, my grab is actually pretty bullish now. It's getting back above this 382, the 491, and that is something that I wanted to see it maintain. Right, it was a perfect breakout towards the 45, got rejected of it, and it came back down to the arc, held it as support, and now it's trying to break above this 382. So this is something that is turning more and more bullish, and then if it can maintain that 491, then it's going to 630, $7 and beyond. So more and more bullish for grab. Even Uber is pretty bullish too. So
Oh yeah. So I mentioned this because Amit Investing wrote something about it. The micro to macro post on it, commented as his thing, and I said, oh yeah, let's take a look at Grab. I remember getting requests from it from you guys before, and so yeah, here's my Grab chart. Thanks, Matt. So just a simple from its all-time high of $18.11. Um, it looks like it could do an ABC retrace back to 1203 pretty easily. I think Amit's calling for like 22. Yeah, he wants to see it come up to this 127.2, confluent with like Matt's 127.2 line. So first things first, just from where price is right now or where it closed yesterday to the 61.8 is 141% higher. If it can get above the magic 786 right here, Matt's 786, get over it, test to it as support, then it could move higher past 100%, maybe to 127.20 for 22.44, and that's 350% higher. So, maybe even if we just want to check this out, you could grab for a quick 65% profit just up to the A line at 38.20. It's already done the 23.6 resistance once right here, so this next time has a good chance to break through. And that's the grab idea. And then the other one that people keep asking me about on my for my subscribers is Hood, Robinhood Markets. Now I had this thing topping out at 57.62. I did a Elliott 5-way projection. Here's my from the low here, 1, 2, and then into wave 3, 1, 2, all of wave 3, all of wave 4, all of wave 5. Supposed to stop here at 57.62. And it kind of looks like it did, except that in after hours, it did this. And so we got a blow off top. It went even past the 2618, which would have been like really great. It went to the 2764 and actually tested back to the 2618, it looks like so far. So right now, Hood is at about 63.85. Maybe this will palantir its way up. I don't know. Typically, I would have looked for an ABC retrace down here. It still could do that. I think Matt's going to. I'll let Matt tell you what he thinks. But yeah, just going back to the weekly chart, it looks like it's setting up to. Let's see. I'm sorry, monthly chart. That's where I had it. Here we go. So now you just see its all-time high of $85 came all the way down here to $66.81, and it's made it to the 61.8% retrace higher. And then the yellow arrow where it blew up to that 261, 276 level is just under the 786. So, on Matt's chart, on any Matt's charts using his fibs, 68.27 or the 68.6% fib is going to be resistance the first time. It's got to be resistance the first time. So it's going to send it back some more. But the next time, if it can get over this magic fib, then maybe it'll do this, where it runs from that 68 or that 78.6 up to this. Well, let's just say the 127 first, but possibly the 141, which is, 56 to 71% higher if you wait for the confirmed getting over the 76. If you just buy it now, it's 100%, 107%, but maybe it'll test back a little bit lower and you get squeeze 140% out of it or so. All right, with that said, Matt, how about your Hood chart?
Yeah, let me pull up Robinhood.
You can see MCDX is really bullish too.
So yeah, here's my Robinhood, and yeah, this is the GAN. This is the 886, 6374. What is pre-market? 6371. This is getting kind of rejected there at the moment. But do I care? No. I'm going to ride the momentum train, and even if it retests levels, I don't care, because I think this stock is going to all-time highs. I think it's going to 140. I think it's going to 168 at least, and maybe even the 200. So I think I'm just going to let it go, just enjoy the run. Do I chase at these levels? No, because I'm always cautious at cautious at resistance up here. And since it is at resistance, do I recommend anybody to chase and buy? No, I do not do that, because this is how people get trapped. They buy at resistance, then it goes down, then they freak out, just like with Tesla. And then that's when they're supposed to buy, and then they don't buy, and then things just, that's that's how it usually works. But basically, this chart is extremely bullish. I think this kind of bodes well for maybe Coinbase as well, too. Perhaps they can get above their 886 as well for Coinbase. But that is, I think, the last resistance before all-time highs. So after that, $85, then hundreds and beyond. So I am enjoying the ride ever since I don't know, I think I started buying 17s, and then the last time I bought was like in the 27, 26 or something before it really took off. But yeah, just enjoying the ride.
Let's see. I've got bringing KULR up on deck here. I need to acknowledge that this is the low. Just making a slight adjustment. It made a slightly lower low than when, it went 5 cents lower than January 13th on February 3rd, but still it has a really nice. Here's your wave start, wave 1, wave 2, and so now it's beginning its wave 3 projection much, much higher. Yeah, I like this one a lot. So let's see from where price is right now. Oh, let me turn this into my 764. Yeah, so the next resistance level, I'd like to see it run up to, back to its previous high, $5.73. So let's see from where price is right now to 573 up here is 152% higher. That's just crazy. Now maybe it'll take a little while to get there. Let's look at the Ichimoku real quick. Oh, it's got a bunch of resistance over it, but it's good. It's just like the battleground is above to be tested. So, you know, there's nothing that says it already came down, made a false start, came down a little bit lower. There's nothing to say it couldn't come down one more time to retest this $1.97 level. But if it doesn't, it kind of looks like it wants to just it's trying to test resistances right now above. So that's great. Anyway, my chart has just changed ever so slightly by like a few cents because of the new slightly higher low, lower or whatever. It's 5 cents different from here to here, and so the numbers changed by about 5 cents. There you go. Take a picture. KULR. I like it for up to $14.11 now, or potentially, yeah, from where it closed yesterday, 510% higher. About
All right, very good.
there. That's my KULR chart.
All right, I have a.
And you can see the institutions. Good.
No, you got institutions.
Yeah, just saying the institutions seem to like it down there. 52%. It's a little bit of heavy on retail, but it's already got the go long signal going on down here
Nice.
on the 8-hour chart.
Oh yeah, I see that little L. Yep, there we go. All right, I have a request
Well,
for a crypto here for Telcoin. So here it is. Here's the GAN. After getting rejected back in 21, it hit the orange level for a long time, right? And now it's breaking above the arc and it's breaking out. So is this going to go higher? Well, one thing we can add as confluence is this fib retrace level right here, and it's breaking above the 50% level, and it has the potential actually to close the first weekly candle above it since back here in 2022. And all of this time, you can see how massive of a resistance that has been. So if it closes above this 0.007436, then I think it's going higher. So yeah, good development above the arc, flip to support, flipping the 50% possibly to support. And then if so, I think it'll make its way back to the 2.5 cents, maybe even the 4 cents above. So more and more bullish for Telcoin.
very cool. I like hearing more bullish for crypto anything
Yeah, me too.
these days. All right, I've got BlackBerry Limited on tap here. I'm looking at the weekly chart, and it's pretty. Let's just start with MCDX Plus. Look down here. Institutional buying is just like off the hook. 89% bankers and whales, 11% larger traders, no retail. They're just squeezed to the margins. And you can see BlackBerry just like been taken off from week after week. I had a 5-wave projection here possible, and it looks like it kind of did a Palantir move, right? After what looks like a 5-wave top, it just dropped back a little bit and then kept going. And I showed you this guys before. This big yellow bar was an obvious area of resistance testing here, where it failed, and it had to send a bit lower. And it came up here and it tested the bottom of the support, dropped back just a little bit to these moving average. Well, this is the Ichimoku conversion line right here. It kind of dropped back to the conversion line on the weekly chart and then took off again. And now it looks like it is ready to potentially break out over this yellow box area. That tops out about $5.76. And it's got to get through there anyway, because look, if BlackBerry could really mount an ABC retrace back towards its all-time high of, well, no, I'm sorry, this is not all-time high. Its most recent memory high of 28.77. Then here's the 382, back to the 236. 618 is 1855. So really the next resistance, just as like this arrow's got drawn from last time talked about it, about 80%, no, less than that now. About 41, 42% higher to get to the resistance of the 23.6. Then it gets over it and then goes to the 12.23 at the 382. Back here, then on up. So anyway, look for the next big resist. If once it can get over this and test back to it, about this 583 level it's now. 833 is next, and then hopefully 1223 after that. That's BlackBerry.
All right, BlackBerry. What else we got going on? Oh, I see some requests for what, SoFi or HIMS. I mean, SoFi is just stuck in a range, but I can pull up my HIMS chart here. And here's HIMS, right? So HIMS is another one that's approaching maybe escape velocity, right? It's getting above the 1.272 pre-market, 47.91. This is something that you don't maybe want to fade because it was a big breakout, big back test, and then it just took off. And 46.64, I was initially going to take some profits there, but I changed my mind because that 46.64 and the arc look like it has potential to break. And if it's going to break and flip to support, then it's probably going to go to the 60s and then maybe even the 100s and then maybe even the 150s, right? So we'll see. Like this could be another kind of Palantir type move. So something that a lot of people like to take profits too soon, but I just want to enjoy the ride and see where it takes me. So
Yep, sounds great. And he can afford to do it because his cost is so low.
yeah, yeah, it's no big deal.
Um, I did bring my SoFi chart just to satisfy curiosity and talk about exactly what Matt said. It's stuck in a range here, but the range is it's in its fifth wave melt up or fifth wave cycles the way I see it. Here's all of wave three done, all of wave four done. It, it got a new higher high, but then what did it do? It fell back over for like an extended wave four, which doesn't surprise me since the wave two was infinitesimally small. So the wave four is going to be longer by the theory of alternation with Elliott wave theory. But stuck in the range. It's not. It's in a good part of the range. So if you don't have it, you could buy some. You could, if you've got some, but you want more, you could add some. From where price is now, it seems like there's about on average, on balance, about 52 to maybe 71% higher for it to go. Um, it won't be super fast. These are weekly candlesticks. I don't know, maybe in a couple months at least. But there you go. SoFi, it's stuck in the range, but it's in a good part of the range if you want to add some more. And my target up here is obviously it's a window between $22 and $25 between the 2236 and the 2618. Ooh, GRRR. Oh, you could do one that matter. I can just go right into GRRR.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
So
into Gorilla.
this is another Redchip company. I've got a contact over there at Redchip, and this is one of their small caps that they uh, do Overwatch on and marketing and all that, investor outreach. Gorilla Technology, that's the one where they've got the special shipping container full of AI stuff, spy computers, so they can look out for criminal masterminds trying to do terrorist stuff, and around a sporting event or just in your favorite um, anyway, Big Brother city. Uh, just an ABC. We're almost to the A now. This 382 retrace. It already kind of looks like it did almost that, went lower than the B. I don't know. It's either it could break out the next time it gets a new higher high than 2588. It certainly looks like, if nothing else, if this isn't a W, let's go look at the daily chart. If this isn't a bullish W, um, then it's at least the start of a, gosh, it's kind of high for a cup and handle. Now, I think this could go. I think this could go the next time it breaks out. So, yeah. Um, the key here, obviously, is if it can get higher than 2588, then it can go into price discovery. I guess we could just do a Matt fib right here, retracement from 209. I'll just do it manually. 209. No, I did it backwards. I've got my things set backwards. All right, here's the previous high of 2540. Just make this say 209. I like to be precise. All right, so yeah, if it gets over 2540 and goes 127.2% higher, that's 3174. And if it gets the 141, that's 3505. Or from where price is right now, either another 32% to 46% higher. There you go. GRRR. I like it. I had a bunch. I think I sold. I think I sold it near the top here, and I haven't bought back yet because I've been busy with other stuff. But this looks like a W to me, bullish W. Yeah, yeah. Poorly
Yeah,
drawn.
Gorilla looks better and better. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here? Uh, XRP ain't gonna be anything less than 250. Yeah, I guess I can look at XRP. I do see that comment of Telcoin. People should do research. I mean, I don't really promote communities. I just like charts. So yeah, Telcoin, it had a bullish chart, so it wants to go higher. So it looks good, right? But the reason why I talked about XRP so much in the past because the setup was amazing for something to explode, and sure enough, XRP did explode. So don't care about the communities because that's how people get trapped a lot. They just oh, the community this, community that, but then who cares? They can just rug pull you anytime. Pay attention to the charts, not the communities at all, because they do not care about you, not one bit. But let me pull up XRP here, and yeah, it's just essentially holding the 225 level, right? It keeps on building a base on top of it. It looks like we can go to the Ichimoku cloud here just to see what that's looking like, and it is below the conversion line at 258. So it's another one of those cryptos or stocks or whatever that's still stuck in the range, right? It's still stuck in the 258 down to the 225. That's the range it's stuck in, and it already wicked through the baseline way down there for the weekly chart, and that was 194. So it doesn't really need to go back there, but it is still extended from the cloud, so perhaps it does need to go sideways for some time to get closer to this weekly cloud before going higher. We'll see, right? Maybe next month can do it, maybe a little bit after, but I still am very bullish on the chart.
Yep, me too. I've got a ton of money sitting in XRP waiting for it to like go up to like $8 or $9, and I'll cut and run and do something else with exciting with that money.
Yeah.
Even though it could go to 22 possibly, but not right away.
Or 29
Or
or up here $29 right here. It's a possibility.
woo, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How was it? 29. All right, I
Yeah.
did. Let's see. I pulled up Humacyte. I think we talked about this one before because I've got a chart for it. Uh, on volume, you can see there's like a big buy here. Like 90 million shares were bought on December 16th, and then I don't know, just like sold off here for a while. So here's my 1, 2, and the wave 3 is just getting started. That was a really great push up here. So I'm thinking that this could easily bullishly kind of move back up again. I don't know how much farther down it'll keep testing, but the upside risk I would say is greater than the downside risk from here because, maybe it only drops about another 50 cents at most, but it could easily, the Ichimoku cloud wants it to test higher, wants to go back to resistance testing soon. Um, let's see, Humacyte, these are weekly candlesticks. So I did pull a 5-wave extension, and that takes it up to, if it does the 238, then it goes to $23.55. Or let's see, from where price was bullish, more bullish, or it was simply higher last time we looked at this chart. So now instead of 344%, you could get 505% on your money from where it is right now. And even if it just does a retrace, the 618 seems like it was pretty solid back here. So 1153, if we just look at it doing an ABC retrace, and that is 517% higher. What? How can that be right? Oh, because I'm sorry, it's 517% higher from where it is at the bottom. No, from where price is now, it's 186% higher. So 505, it goes 5 waves up. 186 if it just does 3 waves up, but that could easily turn into 5 waves up. There you go. It's still a lot of retail. It's not super bullish on the weekly, but it has definitely had institutional interest in the recent past.
All right.
Do we want to look at?
I'm gonna look at Coinbase.
Yeah, yeah. You do the thing. Oh yeah, coin.
They have earnings
because
tonight.
That's right, tonight. And we just talked about Robinhood.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the story there is that Hood is just going bonkers because they're projecting like another 10x growth in their company, and they're thanking all of their extra earnings this year to what they made in crypto fees.
Yeah. Well,
So what do you think that says about
well,
coin?
Coin, they're like entering other markets, and I just saw on Apple News that TechCrunch reports Coinbase is working on re-entering the Indian market after ceasing operations over a year ago. So India is a huge market, basically like 20% of the earth, right? So if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
re-enter India, then their growth could be a lot more exponential too. So this is huge for Coinbase if they do that. But that's just fundamentals. I might like pass out if I keep talking about fundamentals here. So, but yeah, the chart it's set up right. It's set up. It's above the blue GAN level. Pre-market. It's fighting the weekly conversion line at 283.50. It is kind of above it. But Hood went to the 886, like I mentioned before, and the 886 for coin is 318.95. So that is maybe the target that it wants to go. Maybe get back on top of this arc as a support. Maybe try to battle this 318.95, and then possibly go towards all-time highs. So the setup is there to follow Hood's path to do exactly what Hood did. Just goes directly to the 886. So we'll see, right? It's at the inflection point right here where it's a previous resistance flipping to a support. It's at that blue level. It's there, right? It's above the linear scale 277.51, the 618. So this has a lot of confluence of support holding here. So this is something to pay attention to, and we'll see. We'll see if 318.95 is going to be the target after the close today, or do they want to send it lower and just scare people one more time? Who knows? But this is good setup, right? Good setup for the future.
I'm very excited about Connell. I'm embarrassed to say it's only my ninth largest holding
Oh
in my
no!
portfolio, but my portfolio has like 60 tickers in
There
it,
you go.
so that's saying something. It's in the
There
top
you
10.
go. You
Let's
want to do
see.
MicroStrategy?
Actually, I want to do Bullfrog because that's one I'm really excited
All
about.
right.
Of course, that's not what I put up here. My Coinbase, just quick to say, after its large degree 1, 2, wave 3 finishes at about $500 for coin, and then wave 5 would extend all the way to $757 for Coinbase. All right. That said, Bullfrog. I'm tracking this like just I'm a total geek freak about tracking this. Uh, like basically every hour on the hour. I've been doing Bullfrog all this week and last week. So if you're one of my subscribers, you're seeing all these charts like in real time almost, or practically real time. You can see I've been doing a lot of work on it. Bullfrog, after hitting a new recent high of 435, has only come back down as low as uh, it came all the way back to 275, which was like an almost an ideal ABC retrace. So I'm really happy about that. And let me just show you. Let's do it this way. I know there's a lot of lines on here because a lot of analysis is going into this for me. Even if it just comes up to the 618, which was resistance here, that's $6.42. And from where price is now, or it closed yesterday rather, $6.42 is rate. That's 96% higher. It's almost double where price closed yesterday. Where is it right now? I think it's moving back higher again. It's at 340 right now. So this was my buy zone, and I didn't get enough. It didn't stay down here very long, so I missed my chance to buy a whole bunch of it, and so I ended up buying more of it. My cost is like 335 right now, I think. I kind of chased it up into the zone, or maybe 325, something like that. 335. Anyway, I'm looking for 446 at least, maybe back to 370, and then on up to this 618, 642 next. And even if it doesn't do that, if it just goes back to sleep, I can still get a lot of more profit when it hits 446, sell off a bunch of it, and see if it just goes to sleep again or not. Weekly chart says, look, see, it's got all this Ichimoku testing to do that it wants to do, and we're definitely above the weekly moving average 75 now in this exploration territory. Where are you, Ichimoku? Yeah, conversion line baseline right here at 315. And so, I don't know. If we get onto this, it'll be really exciting. I'll sell some and see if I can buy it back again here. If not, if it just goes to sleep for weeks and months, I'll just reaccumulate back to my 100,000 shares of it or more, and then wait for the next takeoff. Because I see Bullfrog as the next Palantir of medicine. It's computer AI potentially solving all human diseases from their root causes, and the stuff that they've been working on just looks fantastic. They even have a foundry-like product now where Bullfrog can sell to companies. It's not a subscription. I guess they buy it as a contract, and then they pay like an installments, and then by the end of the program, they own all the results of the data. Um, anyway, that's it. Artificial intelligence computing through all their data. It's got a very low float of shares, so anytime there's any interest at all in the stock, when it comes into demand, the stock moves up crazy, like we saw just here a couple days ago. Yeah, right here on February 10th, when it hit a high of $4.35. All right, Matt, I'm done for today. I know it's getting close to your quitting time. Any last words from you?
No, I'm gonna finish early too. But yeah, just watch these weekly levels, especially with Tesla, because just because it looks like it's recovering, it needs to have a strong weekly candle close in order to continue its journey higher. If closes below resistance, then there could be a little bit more pain ahead. So we do need to pay attention to how candles close tomorrow. So that's it.
Yep. So let's see if we get back above this baseline at looks like about 346.
Yeah.
And then what was you had a level that you mentioned for Tesla? You want to see?
Yeah, like the 786 on linear scale, the 347 something. It was exactly 347.58. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then the baseline would do it then?
Yeah, the baseline would do it.
Back to 340. Yep. All right.
Very good.
All right. Ciao, y'all. Yep.
See you next time.
We'll see you. Well, actually, I'm taking tomorrow
Okay.
off. I'm taking Friday off.
Sounds like a plan.
And there's no trading on Monday. Monday for the United States market, it's closed on Monday. For Washington's birthday.
Then I guess we'll see everybody on Tuesday.
Yep. And I guess, oh man, I guess we need to do a Tuesday morning show, don't we?
Yeah, we got to.
And then the triumvirate.
Yes, we'll do it.
All right, we'll see you guys Tuesday morning.
Bye, guys.